'Tis the season for gift giving, and that includes the mosaic artist in your life. In today's video, which is part 2 in this ongoing series, we'll talk about all sorts of gift ideas to set up your artist for success. And it's a win-win because you need a gift and they want your support. Give them a gift that encourages their passion and creativity. Let's get to it. Welcome back, and if you're new here, my name is Julie, and on this channel we talk about tips, tricks, tools, adhesives, materials, and specific mosaic projects, all to shorten your learning curve when it comes to creating mosaic art. So if that sounds like something you'd be interested in, please consider subscribing. Today's gift guide isn't just for the holidays. It's for whenever you need a gift for a special occasion for the mosaic artist in your life. And heck, maybe this gift guide is for you for when somebody asks you what they can get you. And as I mentioned in today's video, this is part 2 in an ongoing series here on my channel. And if you haven't seen part 1 yet, I strongly encourage you to go watch it. It is packed full of tools and substrates and tesserae and accessories, and maybe my favorite part of all, there are 17 stocking stuffers. So it's definitely a gift guide that covers everyone, whether you're a beginner mosaic artist or a little more advanced down the road. And when you're watching that video as well as this video here, you can access the full list that I discuss as well as some extra little goodies that I throw in there by clicking the Show More underneath the video description. That's down below the video. If you're on your computer, you click Show More, it expands, you get the full list. If you're on your tablet or your phone, you're going to click the down arrow to the right of the video title. So as you're watching this video, just keep in mind that there is a part 1, and if you have any information or experience in mosaic and you wonder why didn't I mention such and such or whatever, I probably did, and it's probably in part 1. So you'll want to watch both videos, today's and part 1, in order to get the full picture. As I mentioned in the intro, giving your mosaic artist something that's mosaic related shows support and encouragement of their outlet, their hobby, their passion, and their creative desire. So the fact that you're watching this today is a good thing. We've got a lot to cover, so let's get started. Mosaic tools are always a hot gift item, and they're essential in scoring and cutting the tesserae. Some are hand tools, some are power tools, but all are welcome. Let's start with a glass cutter. Now you may have seen other videos here on my channel where I've discussed and demonstrated the different models of glass cutters and how to use them. I'm talking about the pistol grip, the pencil grip, and the Thomas grip. But there's another really cool glass scoring tool, and it's a custom grip glass cutter from Toyo. And when I say custom, I mean custom. The nice thing is you get to customize it from the comfort of your own home. So let's say you have a smaller hand or a bigger hand, or you want your fingers to be closer or further away from the scoring action. All you have to do is switch up the handle to your liking, however it feels comfortable. It still has a chamber that you'll need to fill with oil, so don't forget about the cutting oil. But it really allows you to create a cutter that's truly personalized just for you. And everyone nowadays is into personalized stuff, so this is a fun way for the mosaic community to get in on the trend. Next up is a power tool, and it's called a drill press. I've got one set up in my studio at all times, and I use it often to drill holes in wood substrates, especially ornaments, hanging pieces, and wall art. It allows me to drill perfectly straight into the substrate, as opposed to using a power drill which isn't on a stand. I can drill part of the way into a substrate or all the way through. I'm able to just focus on lowering the drill into the substrate as the drill bit is turning and doing all of the work. You can switch out the drill bits to a bigger or smaller size, which is really nice and convenient. This is especially handy if, let's say, you need a specific size hole for the type of material your mosaic will be hanging from. For instance, a smaller hole for wire or a bigger hole for bulkier material like ribbon. Now, I can't wait to try out my drill press when cutting out pieces from glass and china the way I did in a previous video here on my channel using a power drill. I'd love to see how a drill press would handle those tesserae. So stay tuned for that video. The next tool is a metal file. I'm often teased that I'm always on the lookout for a metal file. But it's true, and I can't deny it, I love metal files. I've got a dozen or so of them in different sizes here in the studio. They come in handy often whether I'm filing tesserae, a substrate, or dried thinset or grout. The different sizes allow me to work in tight areas or on a small piece of tessera, as well as if I'm working on something larger. And I'll list the sets that I have down below in the description. Although there are other tools I prefer to use when grinding or filing down tesserae, a metal file works in a pinch every single time. And speaking of grinding or sanding down your tesserae, the next tool on the list is an electric glass grinder. I'll be honest, this is not an inexpensive tool. It's an investment, but wow, it's well worth it. I have two in the studio, one for ceramic and one for glass. My ceramic grinder is my original grinder that I started off with, which I often refer to as my grubby grinder. So grinders range in price from about $85 to over $300, and I'll list a number of great options below in the description. The benefits of having a glass grinder is that they grind your tesserae perfectly and quickly. So when you have a large amount of tesserae you're working with, an electric glass grinder can save you a lot of time. Also, there are a variety of grinding bits you can get to suit the tesserae you'll be using on your grinder. But if you have a lot of tesserae to grind down and you don't have a lot of time, or you don't want to mess with a grinding stone or a metal file, then an electric glass grinder is your next best step. The next item in this gift guide isn't a tool, but it's used alongside cutting tools, so I'm including it here on the list. And that is a self-healing mat. Now, in part one of this gift guide, I suggested a waffle cutting grid as a great cutting surface for your tesserae, especially when scoring stained glass. And I still think that the waffle grid is an excellent cutting surface. I definitely love mine. But let's say you're traveling and you're going to take a mosaic work in progress with you on your trip. Or you want a cutting surface that's a little more compact. Well then, a self-healing mat is a great alternative. You can often find them with measurements pre-printed on the mat, which makes it really easy to line up your tesserae for scoring and cutting. And like I said, they're flexible, so whether you need to pack a mat in your suitcase or you don't have a lot of storage room in your creative space, a self-healing mat suits your needs and protects your tabletop. The last item in this section also isn't a tool, but it goes hand in hand again with cutting tesserae. And that is these project trays. I'm often asked about the trays in my videos, which I use for my cut tesserae. You guys like to be organized too, which I really appreciate. And these trays allow me to group certain tesserae together as I'm cutting and organizing. They're lightweight, made of plastic, and come in a set of 8. I use them not only for the project I might be working on at that moment, but I also use them for organizing substrates and tesserae for future projects. They're super handy, and I attribute a lot of my, quote, staying organized to them. Okay, the next section of this gift guide focuses on substrates. Now, substrates are the thing or base item for which Mosaic is applied. Again, part 1 of this gift guide series lists a number of great substrate options, but I've got a few out-of-the-box ideas for you here in part 2. And remember, I'll list everything down below in the description so you can check them out. All right, let's get started. A fun substrate option is Mosaic mesh. Now, some folks might not consider this a substrate at all because, well, it's fiber, it's flexible, and there are holes in it. But when prepared the right way, it's actually a great substrate for Mosaic. It allows you to mosaic in a convenient way should you be working on a mosaic for, let's say, outdoors, or maybe you need to ship your mosaic to its final destination for installation. Or maybe you want to frame or finish off your mosaic in a unique way. Mesh allows you to do all of those things. It comes in adhesive and non-adhesive varieties, and in small and large quantities. It even comes on a roll. It's handy stuff to have around. Another fun substrate option is a silicone mold. You guys loved my video about using these molds to create mosaic substrates. The possibilities are endless. I've done a number of videos here on my channel all about how you can incorporate mosaic molds into your mosaic work, and I'll include a link to all of those videos down below in the description so you can check them out. With the right material, you can use these molds from the baking aisle to create truly amazing substrates for your mosaic work. If you love hearts, well, you're in luck. There are lots of different heart style silicone molds, or stars, or teddy bears, or leaves, or pumpkins. You get the idea. If there's something you like, there's probably a silicone mold for it. Heck, I even found a koala silicone mold. So this means you can use it to create a mosaic shaped like something you love. The next item in this gift guide is Tesserae. So if you're looking for gorgeous glass or ceramic or porcelain or what have you, then you'll definitely want to check out part 1 of this series. But in today's video, I'm going to discuss how you can create your own Tesserae. And for that, you could use something called Sculpey. Sculpey is an oven-baked clay that comes in a bunch of beautiful colors, and you can even mix the colors to create your own unique shade. You can work with it the same way you would with fired clay, only this product can be baked in your kitchen oven or toaster oven. I used it in the video where I made a memory vessel for my brother. I was able to create letters for names. And in another video, I showed all the different ways you could use Sculpey to create letters. But you can do so much more than letters. You can make shapes and figures with it. You could make beads as well. It's really handy stuff, especially if you need specific custom tesserae for your mosaic. The next number of items have to do with adhesive and grout, and just to remind you, there is a part 1 of this series, and I do go into depth with these as well in that video, so check it out. First up is epoxy sculpt. Now, unlike Sculpey, which I was just talking about, this clay-like adhesive and modeling clay doesn't need to be baked. In fact, it air dries. So once you mix up equal parts A and B together, you can sculpt and create any shape you can dream up. It comes in a wide variety of colors, and you can even mix colors together to create a signature color. This is especially helpful if you'll be using it as an adhesive and you won't be grouting your mosaic. It's super handy stuff, and I keep a neutral gray on hand in the studio at all times. Next on the list is grout glitter. Oh, you guys went crazy for this stuff, and you continue to. In this video, I used a charcoal gray grout and combined it with silver grout glitter. You can control how sparkly or not you'd like your grout to be. This special formula of glitter, when poured into your regular grout, turns average grout into sparkling, gorgeous glitter grout. It's so cool. And in this mosaic here, you see the glitter is more subtle in the grout. So I used white grout with mother of pearl grout glitter. It comes in some gorgeous colors and quantities depending on how much or how little you need, and I think it really elevates a mosaic. The next item is actually 3 items, but they're all in the same category and solve the same mosaic situation. These 3 items are oxides, tinsol, and acrylic paint. What mosaic artists wouldn't love to play around with the color of their grout or cement-based adhesive? So if there's a specific color you'd like your grout or adhesive to be, you could choose any one of these methods and you'd have success. Oxides are a powder that you mix into your grout or adhesive. In my opinion, if you'll be working on a mosaic for outdoors, oxides are the way to go. Tinsol comes in a tube, and you squeeze it into your grout or adhesive. And acrylic paint, yes, the stuff you find in the craft store, can also be squeezed into your grout or adhesive. Now, I have to be honest and say I do prefer oxides over the other 2 options. But all 3 are proven methods for changing the color of your grout or cement-based adhesive. The next item is sort of an adhesive, sorta kinda, and that is varnish. I use artist varnish on the backs of my mosaic work. Once I've painted and signed my work, I like to paint a few coats of varnish to seal everything in. I keep these varnishes on hand at all times in the studio. I have both the matte and glossy varieties. And the reason I have both is because some projects call for matte and some projects call for glossy. I've been very happy with this varnish and have used it for many, many years. The next items in this gift guide have to do with studio organization. Now, I've done a number of videos here on the channel all about organizing your tesserae and your substrates and your adhesives, pretty much everything you see back behind me as well. And so I will include a list to the playlist down below in the description. But in particular today, I'm just talking about helping you get started with a system. You know, upgrading from your cardboard box. You know my story, that's how I started. And having a dedicated place to put your tools, tesserae, and substrates so that you can see it and locate what you have quickly and easily. So keeping your mosaic items in boxes elevates how you approach your art. Whether you have a dedicated creative space or you have to pack everything up at the end of the day and put it in the corner of your dining room. That was my story when I first started out in Mosaic. So containers help you keep things organized and looking nice in your space. I use a few different sizes of see-through containers for my Tesserae, substrates, and tools. This helps me quickly and easily locate what I think I have in inventory so that I can get back to the mosaic work at hand. From time to time, I switch out items from one size container to another. So this is a fluid storage system in a way, but it works really well for me. For the labels on my storage containers, I use a labeler with removable, reusable labels. I love this little machine and how it has transformed my storage system. There's no guessing what's in a container, it's all written clearly on the outside. And as I was just saying a moment ago, if I need to switch container sizes for whatever's being stored inside, I can easily peel off the label and put it on the new container. I'll include a list down below in the description for all of the tools, substrates, materials, everything that I discussed in today's gift guide in case you'd like to check them out. Question of the day, let me know down in the comments, what is the mosaic gift you would most like to receive? Let's get a list going down in the comments so we can all learn about new products. I can't wait to see what you guys have to say. Thank you so much for watching. Please give this video a thumbs up as it really does help my channel, and subscribe if you haven't already. Click the bell notification so you never miss a single upload, and let me know in the comments if there's something you'd like me to cover in a future video. I'll see you soon. Bye. What's that? That's my footrest, because I'm a shorty. Shorty. All sorts of, and I've got hair in my mouth. Cut, start over. And I'll, no. I have a piece of hair that I can see out of the corner of my eye and it's annoying me. It's right over in here. Come on, girl. Lordy, that was difficult to get through. Woo! No, this is just not flowing. Gonna burn through the camera battery before I even get to like the first thing. In your mosaic work, and I'll, nope. And what? And we are done. If you're looking for more mosaic inspiration, you can check out one of these two videos. Until then, see ya. Thanks for being here, guys. I'll see you soon. Happy shopping.